And welcome back to 3 and Out with Chris Spielman. I'm Mike O'Hara, once again brought to you by Comerica. And Chris Spielman, if you like offensive football Sunday at Ford Field, it was a good day if you're a fan, not so good if you're a Detroit Lions fan. A 42-30 loss to the Minnesota Vikings, who looked so good, really rising in the NFC North right now. Okay, well, it's a back and forth, first half. It ended up in a 21-21 tie. But we'll start here in the first quarter. A 25-yard touchdown pass from Cousins to Adam Thielen. Break it down. Go 3 and Out. Tell us what you see.
Well, this is where Kirk Cousins is going to get a pre-snap read when Adam Thielen comes in motion right here. He's going to see Darius Slay run with him. And it's a play-action pass, Elfline pulls. There's a lot of time to throw. It's a leveled pass route. There's 4 different levels where there's a short guy, a medium guy, an intermediate guy, then, of course, Thielen in the back. And this is such a great throw by Cousins, turning his shoulders, getting square to his target, and throwing his guy open. And at the end here, the coverage wasn't bad, but the throw was so good, and Thielen does such a nice job of getting both feet down in bounds. All set up with the Vikings play action right there. The coverage isn't bad. I mean, Jared Davis has his guy. Tracy Walker has his guy. It's just the throw was so good, and Thielen does a good job of toe touching. Now, unfortunately for the Vikings, Thielen, I believe, had a hamstring injury on this play, but it was a good response by the Vikings. The Lions take a 7-0 lead. You think they can get off and get off the field, but the Vikings come down and answer.
It's 14-14. Here's a run by Dalvin Cook, who just terrorized the Lions the entire game. 8-yard touchdown run to make it 21-14. Break it down. Go 3 and Out. Tell us what you see.
Well, we need here to tackle better, right? And let's run the play, guys, and we'll see what happens. But everything with the Lions has been about gap responsibility. Now, this is such a great double team block by Irv Smith. Now, watch Kyle Rudolph swing his hips. When you come off the ball as a defensive end, you can't jump inside. When you jump inside, what happens is you create a space. So Irv Smith's going to punch the defensive end inside. Rudolph will swing his hips and just enough of a seam for Dalvin Cook to hit it. Now, here's the thing that's a little bit troubling. He gets hit at the 3-yard line. Okay, down on the goal line. Jelani Tavai's coming over. He makes the hit at the 3-yard line, but Dalvin Cook is so strong that he runs through that tackle and is able to get to the end zone. So that's the one thing I think you want to see better. When you play a guy like Dalvin Cook, which is the definition of a good running back, he's always falling forward. You really want to be able to get that guy down before he can get any momentum going forward.
Well, that makes it 21-14, like I just said. But the Detroit Lions, to their credit, rally back. Who had a bigger game than Marvin Jones Jr. with 4 touchdown passes? Here's number 3 with 2 seconds to go in the first half. Break it down. Tell us what you see.
Well, it's recognition by Matthew Stafford and Marvin Jones. You have Mike Hughes up there. And Marvin Jones and Matthew Stafford are on the same page. And I want you to watch the route that Marvin Jones does. First of all, he releases outside. Hughes takes away the outside, and the ball's thrown inside. And that's just an adjustment between Stafford and Hughes, because Hughes jumped to the outside. Marvin Jones then uses that big old body like a basketball player, basically to box out Hughes. It's just a well-thrown ball and a good pre-snap read between Stafford and Marvin Jones. Protection was good and solid. In fact, Mike, I just want to say, I thought for as many times as throwing the ball 41 times, I thought the offensive line did a very good job in protecting Matthew Stafford. They should deserve credit for that because the Vikings knew that once Kerryon Johnson was out of the ball game, they weren't really threatened by any run game by the Detroit Lions.
Well, like we said, that made it 21-21. That was one of 4 touchdown catches by Marvin Jones Jr. Chris, we move along to late in the fourth quarter. It's still a tight game. It's 35-30 Lions, but it's 2nd and 5 at the Vikings 30-yard line. Break it down. Tell us what you see on this 66-yard pass to Stephon Diggs that leads to the clinching touchdown.
Well, we kind of pointed this out on the broadcast that the Lions are vulnerable for that because you have everybody up there at the line of scrimmage. There's no safety help. You're selling out against the run. And I kind of got a feeling that this was going to come. And we said it before the snap. Again, it's just play action. And you're giving Stephon Diggs all that room to work. It's basically no shot. I mean, Justin Coleman doesn't have a chance with that much space and no safety help. Stephon Diggs, with his speed, is able to run to the post. And you noticed how Kirk throws him open away from the defensive back. It's a good job by Tavon of trying to get the ball out of there. Tavon Wilson hustling down there. But it was a setup. I mean, we called this before they came out for the series. They got everybody up there. You got a one-on-one matchup. It's a good job of Max protecting, keeping 10 guys in, running a one-man route. And Cousins delivers again. And when you give Kirk Cousins that kind of time, he's going to make you pay. He's done that the last 3 weeks, and that's why the Vikings are a different team, is because Kirk Cousins has been playing at a very high level, and they're so balanced on offense. They are the San Francisco 49ers, two of the top offenses in the league. And they are the same type of offense that are based off of running game and play action. The only difference is the Vikings changed in this way, Mike. The Vikings throw the ball to run. They throw the ball more in the last 3 games on first down than they did their previous 3 games, and that's because they were established to run on first downs. Now they're hard to figure out because they throw it on first down.
Well, right after that, Dalvin Cook finishes off with a 4-yard touchdown run, and that's the game. That's the final score, 42-30. Chris, before we break for this week, you're one of the Detroit Lions. You've been in that locker room before. You've lost 3 straight. You've got the New York Giants coming up on Sunday. How do you try to make amends and get back in the race?
I think when you listen to Coach Patricia, I think he's exactly right. You just got to keep going to work. The thing that might be a little bit troubling, and at least publicly they're not saying it, maybe privately they know the answers. I just keep hearing, well, we got to figure it out. We don't know what's going on. We don't know. I think the one thing that they need to do, Mike, is the Lions. You guys can check this stat, but I believe bring the least amount of pressure, the least amount of times, 5 or more guys on second or third down. You're asking guys to play man-to-man for an awful long time if you're not getting the pressures that you need to get with a 4-man. So I don't know, maybe an adjustment will be maybe they'll start blitzing and bringing more pressure on second and third down. They're the team that does it the least in the NFL. They're ranked 32nd in doing that. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something to get some type of pressure. I'm not even talking about sacks. I'm talking about hits or even hurries on the opposing quarterback to give your defensive backs a chance so they don't have to play man-to-man for 4 or 5 seconds down the field.
All right, Chris Spielman, that's it for this week. We have the Lions and the New York Giants at Ford Field on Sunday, and we'll be back again next week with 3 and Out.
You got it.